Raid Shadow Legends. We're going to talk about the new fusion that's coming up. Hopefully today. It should be today of Valentine's Day on our time. This is in Japan, Ukraine. So maybe in about, I'd say about 6 hours, 7 hours whenever you're watching this. We're going to go over the artwork that I've had, data mined. Also, we've got a few other things in here that you haven't seen yet. So let's get into it. Let's get into what we have here. Then we're going to go into Rotos, the Lost Groom. This guy right here. He is actually the new fusion for us. We're going to see what we need to do that. This artwork is really beautiful. I love this artwork. I think now we're going to mess up. Okay, so here we go. So there are some additional things that we data mined that aren't in the game yet. Quest to the Heart of Winter, Chapter 2. What does this mean? I don't know. I do not know. We have Lysandra, Elhain, we have Sir Nick, and Mountain King. I don't know what's going on. Is there a new story? Is there a new part of the story to let me know? I can't remember what happened with the story, with the Arbiter. With everything we've done, it's been so long, so I have no idea what this means or what's coming for this. Again, this could be, I don't know, it's probably something later on after the fusion. So we have the fusion information here. This has been given out already. I'm sure you've seen it on Reddit. We do have this champion previously. These newer champions, we're going to have to summon for, we're going to have to get, but wait to summon. Wait to see what we have summoned. Plus, we have 2x Sacred Shards tonight. Don't forget about that. We'll check that out as well. There's so many things going on right now. It's pretty crazy. We're going to check out everything in the game. We have, no, cancel. We have this artwork. I don't think anybody's seen this yet. This is probably going to come when they release it. It's got everybody up there, the whole banner. It actually looks really nice. It looks really nice. I'm having to enlarge it. I do want a higher resolution picture of this one. I think it'll be fun. Okay, this is a new one. This is a new one, right? Valentine's Day. This is a new data mine information. This isn't just something that's been sitting there from the previous one. So I'm guessing on sometime in Valentine's Day, with all this fusion going on and all the events for the fusion, that maybe we're going to have a 2x for Venus and Cupidus again. So this isn't old files from before when we had this happen. This is new, these are new files. So I don't know when this is going to happen, but I guess this is going to happen again. We're going to have some new 2x event for Cupidus and Venus. Very good. And we've got some more artwork, just regular artwork with the bear, the earth signs, and the stagnite. More 3D artwork that you could have coming out the side. I like this. I could use this. And then we have kind of a montage of a whole bunch of champions in the game. A lot of them you've seen before, but this one we haven't seen. This one we haven't seen yet. And I'm about to show you a 3D model render of this top lizard man. This dwarf I haven't seen. This guy that looks like an orc from World of Warcraft for sure. This one does. This one surely does. And then we've got a couple other. We've seen her already. She's in game already. He's in game. This orc we haven't seen yet. This green skin right here. We haven't seen that orc. We've seen this one in game already. She's a barbarian. We've seen the bear. I don't know who this is. This another dwarf? Looks like it. Looks like Gandalf the dwarf right here on the bottom next to Tormund. Then we have this lady, which I think we've seen her. I'm not sure. This masked guy, this masked girl, which we haven't seen yet. We've got a 3D model of her. This lady yelling, this Viking yelling. Very cool. So these are, again, these are all new assets that were added to the game that we haven't necessarily seen yet. We've seen this champion already. We know about the Frost Banshee. Yes, yes. We know she's coming. We've seen her already in game. We're going to do reviews on all these champions. This pig guy here. We haven't seen this guy yet. I don't think I've seen this guy yet, and we've seen the rest of them. Let's keep going. These are just 3D renders of, when you data mine the information, you still have to put it into a program and 3D render what they're going to look like. But we've already seen these in game. I'm a little bit late, but this is not late. Have we seen this one? Have we seen this one? Does this not look like a frozen version of Elhain? Like Ultimate Elhain, Ultimate Gaelic, we have whatever else. This could be, I don't know what they're going to call her. The Ice Queen? Elhain the Ice Queen or something? It really looks like that to me. I don't know. We haven't seen this in game yet. But this just came out. So who knows? Who knows what's going to happen? We haven't seen it. I'm excited. I hope it's a cool version of her. Why not? They've done an ultimate version of that. They've done other versions. We've seen pictures of a long time ago about the ultimate Gaelic version or whatever it would be called. So the dark Gale. The dark Gale version that we saw a while ago. So who knows? I hope so. I'm ready for it. Then we've got this guy. I think we've seen him already. He's got hands on his neck. That's kind of gross, actually. The butcher pig. Okay, we got to up view. We got an up view of the one of the other ones in there, and then this one we've seen already. We've seen her in game, but we haven't seen this one. We have not seen this one in game yet. So she looks pretty cool here on a 3D render. I'm just gonna look better in game. Don't worry, it'll look much better in game. But that's what we have for her. She looks cool. I don't know what she's going to be about. We haven't seen this guy yet either. I don't know if he's got an octopus problem on his shoulder here, what that's all about. But I'm sure he'll be a Night Revenant or something of that nature. So we'll get to see him fairly soon, I hope. Again, these are a couple of the ones. We've seen him in game already. We have not seen this guy in game yet. I guess a new Lizardmen, really changing up the Lizardmen and what they're looking like. So maybe we'll get some new ones. I think we've seen him. We're going to have some more deals. These are just deal banners. We don't know what it's going to... There's no wording on here. Obviously, it's Valentine's Day related because there's hearts in the background. So we're going to see something come up with more deals for Valentine's Day. We'll take those. And I think that's it. I think that's all we had left. Yeah, so that was it. So the most exciting thing is that we saw some champions that we haven't seen yet. Still, the deals that are coming up, the 2x Cupidus, this is pretty cool. We'll have to see if this does, in fact, actually happen, which it will, because everything else we've gotten from here, all the other data mine information has been true. Now, I've had this for a day or so, but I didn't have a chance to make a video on it. I had it before even this went live, before you guys all saw this on Reddit and everything else, but my account was banned, and I wasn't motivated to go in here and make a video until I had my account back, because now we're going to go in and talk about this guy right here and how he is. Like, how good is he? We're going to have him for the Fusion. Are you going to chase after him and get this right here? And then what is going on with this quest for Heart of Winter Chapter 2? Please let me know in the comments below. So let's jump over to the game and see what we have for this guy right here. We're going to go full screen. Here we are. So Rotos, the Lost Groom. Let's talk about if he's going to be good in Clan Boss, if he's going to be good in Arena, and where else we can use him, and whether it's worth your time to go after him for the Fusion. Because he doesn't look... I mean, the facial features, I think they kind of went a little off. They could have made it clearer, but let's get into it. So he's got good defense, he's got good attack, really low HP, that's okay. He's got a really cool mechanic that affects that. The only thing I don't like about him is his speed. I don't like his speed for Arena. I guess for Clan Boss it really doesn't matter, and progression, but definitely for Arena I do not like this speed. 90 speed is very slow. So he attacks one enemy, he has a 75% chance to place the decreased defense debuff for 2 turns, also a 30% chance of granting an additional turn, based off of attack and defense. Now, we're going to have to test this guy to see what kind of damage he does. Does he do more damage off of HP, or more damage off attack? Which one? HP or attack? And we're going to get to see because this guy actually loads himself up on HP. It's pretty wild. He's got really different mechanics than before. And since he takes an additional turn, you know what's going to happen. If you put him in Relentless gear, and he's taking these additional turns here, plus he's proccing Relentless, this guy can really go ham. But we'll see. We'll have to see how it works out. Anytime a champion takes an additional turn and we put them in Relentless, they go pretty crazy. You've seen it with Whisper. You've seen it with Robar. All the rest of them. It's pretty wild. So here, attacks one enemy, decreases the target's HP by 20%, then adds that HP to this champion's own max HP. So he just attacks one enemy, attack and HP again, decreases the target's HP by 20%. Now, I don't know if that's... It's worded that it decreases it by 20%. So whatever the HP is, it only drops it by 20%. Max HP. Not of 20% of the damage he's doing right here. So we'll have to test that and see what's up. 2-turn cooldown. 2-turn cooldown. Okay, and then also on this, cannot decrease the single champion's max HP more than 60% in one battle, and cannot increase this champion's max HP by more than 60,000. So what he does is he adds that HP to this champion's own max HP. So his HP isn't high, but right away when he attacks, on this skill, on a 2-turn cooldown, he's going to start giving himself more HP, more max HP, over and over again, until he caps out at 60,000. So then he'd be at like 71,000 HP, and I assume if you have artifacts that do 60% additional HP and all that, will go into effect as he's going up. And he's going to have an insane HP pool. Like really crazy. So in the clan boss, this guy might be really good. He could be taking extra turns, which is going to throw off, counterattack, but that's fine. It's definitely going to throw off unkillable, so we can't take him in there with the unkillable with taking extra turns, but it's pretty wild. We haven't had this happen before. It's on a 2-turn cooldown. If he does massive damage based off of HP, then we're going to see a really big damage hike on all his skills. All his skills in general, and he does decrease defense, which is phenomenal. And that was only a skill 1 and skill 2. It's A1 and A2. Here's his A3. Attack one enemy will ignore 75% of the target's defense. Will also ignore unkillable block damage buffs. Grants an extra turn if you kill the enemy. Enemies killed by the skill cannot be revived on a 3-turn cooldown. Super, super strong for Arena. We'll have to see how it works out. Again, he's really slow. Can he one-shot a Skull Crown? Ignores unkillable and block damage. It should. It depends on how the math and the calculation goes from a skull crown from 100% HP, right? We do damage to enough to kill her. She procs her unkillable, but he goes through this still and kills her, and then he takes an additional turn, and that skull crown cannot be revived. That's pretty strong. If that's how it works out, that's how it should work out. Obviously, if you do damage to a skull crown, she procs her unkillable, and then he goes in and attacks her. I know that will work. For sure that will work. He'll go through it. But will it take her from 100% down? It should. It really should. Block damage too, it goes through that. You're already ignoring 75% of defense, so you know this ability is going to hit hard. Depending on, I have a feeling he's going to be really dependent on high HP to do damage. Really high HP. So you might have to ramp up to get him to do damage. We'll have to see about it. But since you're ignoring so much defense, going through these abilities, it's probably going to hit pretty hard. On a 3-turn cooldown, he has magic. He's not void. This is a magic fusion legendary. Undead. Still very strong. So now he has a passive too. We haven't even gotten to his passive. So added all that up, pretty cool champion, I think. We're going to need to test a lot of things about him, though, to see if he's really viable out there. Will decrease the damage from a single enemy hit so that the incoming damage will not exceed 50% of this champion's max HP from that hit. Can only occur once per enemy attack. Grants an extra turn if this damage reduction occurs. Again, I don't know how this is going to work out. Can only occur once per enemy attack. So only one time ever per enemy attack, or one time per round. Like probably only one time. I mean, it says one time per enemy attack. But he's going to ignore 50%. He's only going to take it up to 50% of his max HP. So he'll never die off of that attack. Will not exceed 50% of this champion's max from one hit. Well, he could take 2 hits from 2 different people and then die, yes. But then he grants an extra turn if the damage reduction occurs. Well, of course, the damage reduction should occur on their first attack. So gets an extra turn. Does that mean he gets an immediate turn? I don't know. It's weird how this is worded. Does not work against bosses. Decrease the damage taken from bosses by 15%. That's actually really good. Decrease the damage taken from bosses by 30% if the Lost Bride is with him, which is really cool. But just in general, decreasing damage overall by a percentage, 15% from bosses, is very good. Very good on this guy. So we're going to need to do a lot of testing. He looks really cool. He is the fusion, everybody. So look forward to that. That should be today. Today is Valentine's Day in Japan here and in the Ukraine, so we should see it shortly. Thank you so much for watching. Be on the lookout for my videos later today. My account is not banned any longer. That temporary ban, so I'm pumping out the videos. We're getting them all done, and I'll see you there. Thanks so much. I'll see you soon.